Hi, my friends. This is Lada from Astrolada.com with your weekly horoscope for the 13th to the 18th of November. We're going to look at next week what are the important events. I'm going to walk you through for each of the 12 signs. And we have two very important events. One of them is considered, as we know in astrology, the luckiest event when the two benefics, Jupiter and Venus, join together in the sky. And they'll be so close together, guys, that actually they might look like one star together. And it's happening on Monday, but its influence can be a little bit before and then a few days after that. So, and it can bring some powerful material manifestation and positive manifestation and a source of ease in regards to where it's happening in your horoscope and what is triggering in your horoscope, because Venus, the planet of material, sensual, luxuries, pleasures, enjoyments, love, is joining Jupiter, the planet of divine grace, the planet of abundance. So we get a lot more of those things, or a lot more beneficial support and benefic support that comes to us in a certain area of life. We're going to speak about all the 12 signs, where it's going to happen for you, in what sign, so you can expect it over next week, or even you can feel it already now. I'm recording this video on Friday, before the week that we're talking about, but you can start feeling it already over the weekend, and after that next week. Plus we have a new moon in Scorpio, again in the same astrological sign, towards the end of the week. It's happening on the 18th, on Saturday, and this new moon in Scorpio is about new beginnings, powerful new beginnings, and it's going to be active for the next 1 month. You know, a new beginning is the time which it's not only on that day that you can start new beginnings. Actually, over the next 1 month, this new moon in Scorpio can allow you for renewal, for new ideas, for new opportunities that come, or just new directions that appear in your life in regards to, again, to where it's happening in your horoscope, which is again Scorpio. So Scorpio this week is the busiest sign. And some wonderful can manifest in your life through Scorpio, whatever Scorpio is in your horoscope. Plus, you know, this is the signs, the 12 signs. Whatever Scorpio is in your horoscope, for everyone is a different. Say for Taurus is in their relationship. Something wonderful, material, some gift from the universe with the Jupiter conjunct Venus, especially the earlier part of the week and the later part of the previous week. And then a new beginning will manifest that is not just prediction for next week, but for the next whole month. So I would go through those two events together when speaking for each sign, and both about Jupiter and Venus conjunction and the new moon in Scorpio, because it's the same sign. Yes, so settle in comfortably and let's start the signs. But before that, just quick announcement, guys. Check out the webinar with Heather, which is on the 25th of November, about in conjunct aspects. A very rare information. I personally have not worked much with in conjunct aspects, but Heather is making a whole webinar on that, because some people have a lot of in conjunct aspects, and I haven't observed even how it affects people, but Heather is an expert on that, and that's information that is not easily available. It's her personal research, it's her personal work with clients. So do check that webinar, and then also check on the 17th of December, Saturn in Capricorn, or I think it was the 9th of December, sorry, one of those days. Robert Phoenix and me are making a webinar on Saturn in Capricorn. I'll be the host, he'll be the main speaker. He's an amazing, world-famous astrologer. For me, this will be probably the most important webinar of 2018. The most pivotal, because it will predict you personally how Saturn in Capricorn will affect you for the next 2.5 years. And where it's 30% off till the day of the webinar. After that, it goes up. So do check that webinar with Robert Phoenix, amazing astrologer. This is one astrologer I can listen for hours and hours. Like, I tune into his podcast every week, no matter what he speaks on. In astrology, he's so profound and he's so practical as well. So it will be about world global events, plus how personally it's going to affect you, what aspect it's going to do to your horoscopes. And of course, check out the other webinar we have with Rumen Kolev, which is Rumen Kolev is one a world famous astrologer again, who teaches ancient Babylonian astrology. He's doing foundation of ancient astrology. It's a 14-hour course over 2 days. It's $180. You can choose to have just one or the other days. And it's going to go through each degree of the horoscope of the Babylonian zodiac, and the constellations and what it means. You know, some degrees can bring lots of wealth, others can bring disasters or difficulties. According to ancient astrology, really kind of very literal and spot on astrology, to be honest, that we're just rediscovering. Anyway, let's go through the week, the middle week of November, and see all this action. We have Jupiter. Let's do the symbols. By now you have to learn the symbols of astrology. Jupiter and Venus conjunction in Scorpio at the beginning of the week, and then we have the new moon, which means the sun and moon are also in Scorpio conjunct. So let's see. If you are Aries, this is all happening in your 8th house. So next week can be very pivotal and happening in regards to matters connected to the 8th house. Let's first look how the Jupiter-Venus conjunction can affect you. So already now and next week, something very positive can happen. A big support can come to you from other people. So 8th house is other people's resources. For example, you can receive a present from someone, or you can collaborate with someone, and your mutual efforts, or with a business partner, and your mutual efforts can generate bigger income. Or there might be some good news that comes from your husband or partner that, for example, because this is mutual finances and resources, the family or your partner's resources. So, for example, you can receive some gift from a partner, or you can receive some, because Venus and Jupiter is about giving us things, you know, the easy way. Or you can receive some money from clients, for example, again, other people's resources. Or you can get some very fortunate investment in something. 8th house is when you invest in other people's endeavors or whatever. So you might have like a great idea or a great profit from an investment you've made. Or it's kind of something good can happen in money that you've invested, to money that is connected to other people, to bank loans, to stipends, to something that you receive from another. And also advise you, 8th house, like even play the lotto, why not? You know, it's money that you haven't worked for that can come to you. You might be a bit lucky in the last, you know, on the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th of February, sorry, November. And on another level, more psychological level, the 8th house is about psychological intimacy and bonding with another person. Those two planets make you feel much more relaxed and easy about opening up, revealing some secret, something private, actually bonding, creating more sexual intimacy between you and partner. Jupiter, Venus is already intimacy, and Venus is connecting with another. 8th house is penetrating the depths of another soul, and penetrating one physically as well. But that's 8th house rule 6. So you're kind of opening more to that, and Jupiter expands Venus. So this desire for intimacy expands. So you might have a great sex, for example, in the coming week or very soon. Or intimacy between you and partner can deepen for a few days, and that can even heal some relationships, you know. And the 8th house is also connected to certain traumas, that they can be something that you experience that is more physical and in nature, and that's more fulfilling, that allows you to release some traumatic experience, to release or to let go of some pain that's psychologically deeply etched in you. And so you can benefit through other people. If you want, say, for example, someone to lend you money, or if you want your husband to give you a present or something, now is the time to do it with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction in your 8th house. So if you want to apply for a loan from an institution, or if you want your clients to give you more money or something like that, to, you know, approach them now, because others can invest in or you can benefit from others. So if you're in industry that is 8th house, which is like psychology, which is astrology, you can benefit, or something good can happen to you in regards to those matters if you're Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or if you're a surgeon, or if you're, or also as well, something to do with transformation. transformation on a deep level and on a physical level as well can go quite well. 8th house is operations, transformations of appearance. Venus is the planet of beauty. Join with Jupiter if you go for a surgical intervention or something that transforms your hairstyle, haircut, or whatever. That should go quite well, to be honest, and transforms your physical appearance in a way that you're satisfied with. Plus, the new moon day means that there will be some powerful new beginnings over the next 1 month in regards to resources that comes to you from others. For example, you might get new developments for receiving a loan, or new developments about collaborating with someone, which will lead to extra income, or that will lead, and also 8th house is hidden assets. So something can come to you, benefit through Jupiter and Venus through hidden assets, or you can start some new beginning and have some new ideas over the next 1 month in regards to how to enrich yourself and benefit through other people's resources, and resources that were, that are dependent on others. It might be clients, money. If you work in a bank, for example, some new project can start for you. And again, it's about the new moon in the 8th house. It's about, over the next 8 months, about creating some deeper, like a restart button for deeper intimacy with a partner, and maybe some secrets coming to the surface as well. All right, so in the least case scenario, at least you should get something more deeper intimacy with another, at least some kind of something that comes to you from others in some way, Okay, so if you're Taurus, then the Scorpio, which is why did I delete that? Where the moon, where all those planets are, is in your 7th house. So big focus for you, Taurus, especially Taurus rising ascendant people, to a lesser degree sun or moon as well, on relationships. So something great can happen in relationship. To some of you, especially those who have maybe your sun, moon, or ascendant around the 11th, 13th, around the I would say for 7, 8, 9, 10th degree of Taurus. You can even meet someone that is very important, like a love of your life, or some very important business partner. So do check your degrees. Are you rising in those degrees? You'll be most strongly affected, because it's happening around the 7, 8, 9 degree of Scorpio, so 7, 8, 9 degree of Taurus. But for every Taurus, it's happening in your 7th house. So something beneficial, especially at the beginning of the week, can come to you through partners, through something good can happen in the life of your partner, something lucky, something positive. Also, you can, if you have some project or something to do with another as a collaboration in a team together with another person, this can be a great time for good results, or for starting such project when Venus and Jupiter are joining the 7th house of others. If you want to be in the public eye, this is a very, especially the first part of the week, is very auspicious time for you to be, and the whole week, I would say, with so much going on in your 7th house, to be in the public eye, to put yourself out there for an audience to see you, because 7th house is other people and their reaction to you. And for you, it's very important, the reaction of others now. Maybe actually something of tremendous importance might depend on the reaction of others and the audience that you have, or whatever. And if you do it now, actually, Jupiter Venus can guarantee that there is a very good reaction to you. If you put out some idea there, if you present some idea there, if you're doing something in a collaborative relationship with. And the 7th house is about clients as well, maybe gaining clients, becoming more popular. Maybe doing some 7th house is about some benefits that come to you from a contract, from agreement, from another person. Or you just might attend and be surrounded by people that are generous, loving, kind, pleasure, enjoying. You can enjoy some very pleasurable activities, and kind of even go a little bit overboard with fun and pleasurable activities with other people or with your partner. But again, as I said, if you're single, it might be even a period to put yourself out there in the next couple of weeks. And actually more than a couple of weeks, almost for the next month, because the new moon towards the end of the week indicates that the possible new beginnings in your relationships, They can be new business relationships and partnerships, new contracts of some sort, that new opportunities appear, opportunities to collaborate with others over the next 1 month, to partner with others, or even new personal relationships. But the whole process is kick-started with Jupiter conjunct Venus, that some good news comes to you through others, through collaboration. And this new moon is happening at 26 degree in Scorpio, which means that people that have Taurus, sun, moon, or rising around the 26 degrees, this can be a powerful, not only 1 month, but I would say a few months ahead, almost half a year, that gives new beginnings for them of some sort through relationships. So if you happen to have, and do check, if you don't know your ascendant degree, your sun degree, or moon degree, and if any of those are in Taurus, go to my birth chart calculator at astrolada.com, enter your details. You need to know your time of birth, and then go to the planetary detail table once you have, the chart, and check there. Do you have anything, especially do you have sun, moon, or ascendant in Taurus around the 26 degree? I would give it from the 23rd degree till the 30th degree. So basically, around those later Scorpio degrees, if you have something powerful, new beginnings in your life through relationships. It might be even the start of a new business partnership, a new marriage partnership, a new, collaboration of tremendous importance and significance, and a new activity that makes you very public and out there. But for all Tauruses, new beginnings through relationships, and something positive that they can benefit, or good company through others, or partnering that leads to some material or pleasurable sensual experiences. Okay, then for Gemini, this is happening in their 6th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Gemini, if you happen to have sun, moon, or ascendant in Gemini, especially the ascendant, for me, is always the most important. This Jupiter-Venus conjunction at the start of the week and the last few days of this current week can bring something good in connected to your work environment. Maybe some projects that gives you some benefits, maybe a nice party in your office that can lead to something pleasurable, something enjoyable. Maybe can be something to do with receiving some support and help about something you've been working on. Or even if you're not employed, or if you're, it might be something to do with your daily duties and responsibilities on many different levels that you're able to benefit through. And remember, Scorpio is a sign which is about benefiting through others anyway, through other people's resources, through other people's moral, financial, material resources in some way, and deeply bonding and connecting as well. So there can be such a deep bonding and connecting experience through your work, or to something you're working on that you feel emotionally, and that you see material results from in some way. Something good that happens, and support that you receive from others in regards to your work, or in a group environment from work, or from your daily responsibilities in some sort. And there might be some 6th house is order and organization. Well, Jupiter and Venus, they are not the best to create order and organization, but anything that is like a duty and a service, you can receive more pleasure from a duty and service, from helping someone in need, from helping someone, and someone that you've helped can help you now. Someone, actually 6th house rules people that are below you on the social level. So someone who works for you, for example, they can do something really nice for you that you benefit, and that you find you're very happy about. 6th house is debt as well. So something can happen in a material way that helps you maybe relieve to some extent something connected to a debt, towards a debt that you own to another. It might be financial, it might be a favor that you own to another, or it might be just like a debt you own to the bank. Plus the 6th house is, people that are pets. So for example, it can be a fantastic time next week to buy a pet, or to get a pet, or to get lots of healing or satisfaction from a pet, and emotional, especially emotional, because it's happening in Scorpio there. And Scorpio is a sign of deep healing as well. And they also, the sixth house is your own health. So there might be some kind of some lucky opportunity that allows you to get an insight into a health problem you've been having, and some lucky opportunity that allows for resolution to some health problem or some addiction or something that's been physically restrictive for you and limiting in some way, because sixth house rules all those such things. That allows you, and then sixth house is our enemies as well. Maybe some kind of a reconciliation that comes to you through enemies and competitors, or something actually that enemies and competitors, they can't hurt you now. If they try, something good comes out of it, you know, Jupiter and Venus. Okay, and then there is a new beginning there, this new moon over the next 1 month for you, Gemini. So there might be a new beginning in your work, like a new work project, new beginning in your diet and health of some sort. You might feel more psyched up to start new things there. New beginning in regards to maybe you can hire someone new to work for you. You know, someone for the home, someone who can clean the house, or someone who you can, new beginnings in regards to work responsibilities, duty responsibilities, and hired help, sixth houses, servants, or new beginnings through pets in some way as well. Not the most exciting, but still you can benefit there. Yes, but Jupiter Venus, it's nice combination no matter where it is. Okay, then for Cancer, it's happening in your fifth house. So Cancer benefits more directly because fifth house is their love house. So some Cancers, the beginning of next week and the end of this week, guys, you can, something very good can be happening in regards to your love life, especially Cancers born in the first 10 days, the first decan, as they call it. And Cancers who have ascendants on the moon in the first 10 days. And something good romantically can happen, like a lucky break or very pleasant romantic experience that, you know, and it might be happening already. It's going to come over the next 1 week. The fifth house is also the house of having fun. So this, if you're going to throw a party, if you're going to enjoy yourself, do it this weekend, guys. You know, with the upcoming Jupiter-Venus conjunction, I went to a party when Jupiter and Venus were conjunct. I made a party when Jupiter and Venus were conjunct in my fifth house. It's legendary. People are still talking about it. And I had no plan for it, and it turned out tremendous, the best party ever. You know, and it's just, you can even meet some romantic interests if you go to a party, if something. So do it the end of this week, the whole next week. It's Jupiter and Venus are in your fifth house. So do those things, go to parties, enjoy yourself, let your hair down. There will be opportunities for that. And not only to romantically connect with someone, but to feel like you're center of attention, you appreciate it. Also, if you have some creative project or creative idea, it will be accepted nicely, or you can benefit in some way through some, or you can have like a deep, very healing, you can immerse yourself in some creative hobby or something that you love doing. Fifth house is something you're passionate about, Cancers, that gives you a lot of emotional healing, and it gives you a lot of even material satisfaction of some sort, sensual and material satisfaction, and that becomes a source of great pleasure for you. You know, and it is a source of great pleasure. And it's great time for holidays as well, anything to do with fun. Also, something good can come to you through your children. For example, for you, it might be Jupiter and Venus joining in the fifth house. You can get pregnant if you want that. For some of you, might be because it's a very fertile, you know, position, the fifth house of children and creativity. Or Jupiter in the conjunct Venus in the fifth house something good can happen in the life of your children that makes you happy. Something lucky that comes to you. Plus, fifth house is the house of games, of risky games and risky investments of any sort, and such kind of like games of chance, as I said. And that's a combination that can win something from the lottery. I mean, if you don't have naturally strong fifth house, you might just win $5. If you have naturally strong one, you can play poker now, a game of risk, this week or the week after, and you can win, you know, you can win big amount of money. So maybe going to a casino or playing a lotto or something like that, you're lucky in games of chance, or in kind of a risky investments of some sort. You can like bet everything on green or black and win it, you know, with this lucky combination there. But it depends how much of that you have given, you know, as a foundation in your horoscope, because you might have an awful fifth house. So you're not meant to be lucky in winning in such games of chance. But when Jupiter and Venus join there, your luck will become a little bit better, you know. Okay, so also new beginnings in romantic relationship over the next 1 month, new developments in romantic relationship because of the new moon in Scorpio. Also new beginnings in regards to matters connected to children, matters connected to creative projects, matters created to, if you have your own business, something good can come from your own business. Fifth house is something that you've developed yourself personally, like a child, you've grown it, you know. And some creative idea can come, listen to it now. This is going to be beneficial, a new one that you can implement over the next 1 month. And something to do with new beginnings in the life of your children, a possible renewal of relationship with children, and some kind of new developments that maybe a few months from now leads to a completion of some creative project, or you can get a creative new idea because of the new moon in Scorpio, which it's not necessarily you start it on Saturday when it's the new moon. It might take a whole month before you start putting the first seeds, but they can, you know, they can give the results within 6 months when there is a full moon in your fifth house. You know, you tend to see the results of something that started on a new moon when there is a full moon there, which is about next May or something like that. Okay, so then for Leos, it's happening in your fourth house. But I want to warn Leos, especially those who have any planets in the last 5 degrees. So from 25 Leo to 30 Leo. So basically, if you're born, you know, if you're Leo born from the 17th till the 22nd, 23rd of August, this full moon, this new moon is happening at the 26th degree in Scorpio, which squares the degree of the eclipse, 90 degrees. This is aspect. The degree of the eclipse that happened on the 21st of August 2018, there was a big solar eclipse, especially if you live somewhere where you are able to see the eclipse. So it means in the States, all over America type of thing, Northern America. If you have any, and if you happen to be born those days in Leo, the last days of Leo, if you have your ascendant, sun or moon basically in the last 5 degrees, there will be a reactivation of the eclipse by this new moon. And new moon is very powerful because the two biggest bodies as seen from the earth kind of align in an awkward angle with the eclipse point. And as I said, an eclipse is active for 2-3 years. You know, some people said nothing happened on the eclipse. For some, big things happen on the eclipse, but it might be a reactivation, or it might, now that some important events are triggered, which the foundation for them were placed in the summer, which can be life-changing for you, you know. And it's not necessarily in a bad way. It can be in a bit distressful way because it's 90%, but it might be big beginnings that indicate, you know, new eclipses are about fated events in life. About the direction in your life, because Leo, it's happening Leo in your sign, about overall the purpose in your life, career, vocation, important, you know, life-defining moments, birth, deaths, changes of careers, and things like that. But otherwise, for all other Leos, let's talk, not get too specific. Well, something very good, Jupiter and Venus in your fourth house from your family can happen. Some good news from your family, some lucky opportunity, for example, for you to discover the right property that you've always wanted, or to get excited, or some, you know, and it has to manifest also in a material way, because Venus is material planet, you know. Maybe some good opportunity to have great time with your family, for example. Good opportunity to have some healing and joyful, positive experience coming to you through people connected in your private life, in a more private environment. Maybe also to do something great for your home, buy property, sell property. You can have a lucky sell now, or lucky buying a property. If you're in real estate, you can strike a deal or something like that now. Find good buyers. And fourth house is about reconnecting with the past and something good coming to you, and something that is emotionally happy, that makes you emotionally happy, or just something, just spending time at home with your family can be very positive experience and can go quite well, which I'm hoping for. I'm going on a holiday, so I'm really hoping to connect with family, being a Leo moon. Okay, so your home, your private life is a source of something good that can happen. Maybe you can buy something that you really wanted for your home, or find the right thing. Plus, there is new beginnings that can come to you in your personal life over the next month. Renewal of your interest, for example, of your relationship with family. A lot of focus on family, more private activities that are about emotional happiness, that are about sorting out your private life. They all go quite well, and the strong new beginnings there as well over the next 1 month. Maybe you start developing interest in, moving to a new place or something like that, or doing something new about your home. And then after the new moon, you can start these new things in regards to your home and plans with family. Then if you're Virgo, it's happening in your third house, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So next week you can expect, and already from the end of this, some very positive news. Third house is about information and some news that comes to you. Maybe also great time you can spend with people in your daily environment, with teammates, workmates, friends of some sort. Third house is extremely sociable. These are your siblings, your neighbors. You can go to a great party that you feel kind of this weekend and the beginning, that you feel noticed, that you feel recognized, that you enjoy the company there. And that's something you can find out some news or learn some piece of information that helps you, something that was missing piece of information that's really lucky and helps you in some way as well. So be social, Virgos, because your source of some luck can come to you in a big way, and something useful to you if you connect with others. Speak to the milkman, to the postman, to the delivery man, speak to your colleagues, speak to your friends, call them, communicate, pick up your phone when it calls, or you can find like a great laptop, for example. Third house communication devices, so your phone, a great phone deal, or if you want to go on a phone, or if you want to start a YouTube page, for example, or YouTube profile, so you connect with others and you put out your message there. Or if you want to start a Facebook page, do it now with Jupiter-Venus conjunction in your third house. It's going to be materially successful and productive as well, and make you more popular. Or you can just connect with more people, and this gives you a sense of joy and pleasure, something good. Some pleasurable experience can come to you by short travels. You can go, for example, for the weekend somewhere, or you can go away for a few days, and that will give you a great sense of pleasure and joy. Plus, there will be new beginnings there over the next 1 month. New beginnings, you want to learn something new, Virgo. Wow, this is the time of the year for you to do it, to awaken your interest in learning something new, new that is a practical value that you can apply immediately as skills, rather than learning, say, the meaning of the world, or learning to be a doctor from scratch. It's more like practical knowledge, practical skills, maybe starting a new website, starting a new Instagram account, or something like that. You'd start something new that over the next 1 month, that connects you to more people, that is connected to information, to receiving some information. And third house is commercial business activities of any sort, administrative, commercial, business transactions that are happening, business meetings of any sort. But the Jupiter-Venus conjunction can make those very beneficial. Something good can come out of such business, commercial activities. If you are in career that is connected to marketing, advertising, writing, speaking, teaching skills, media of some sort, administrative work of any sort, traveling of any sort, you can have a very important month ahead, actually, with new beginnings there, plus something very beneficial. Might be a great idea, or just a lucky break that comes to you through those environments. Then if you're a Libra, it's all happening in your second house. Well, that might indicate that something happens to you, or it's happening already, that really improves your self-confidence, self-worth. The second house emotionally and psychologically indicates self-worth. that makes you feel good about and deserving about yourself on the mental and psychological level. On the physical level, you can, for example, now, the end of this week and the beginning of next week, or the whole week, like ask for a promotion, for money, raise of money. You have the two benefics together in that house, guys, and they'll stay, even though the conjunction is now at the beginning of the week, they stay together till the end of the month almost. So you can, if you're a Libra, you can benefit financially in some way, because people will find worth and see worth and value in you more easily. They'll be more beneficially predisposed towards seeing your value and your worth, because you appreciate it, you feel it more, so others will do the same. So you can gain something valuable, you can receive, you know, this month something that you've always wanted, like the something that's it can also be quite expensive, you know, and you can do a big splurge as well, because those two planets in the second house, they're not about making you save money, they're about making you enjoy possessions and material material sensual pleasures. So you might splurge on something that you've always wanted, something beautiful, something, you know, a pair of shoes or bag or whatever, dress, or some inventory or whatever it is, you know, or something that makes you feel more worthy. You know how people, when they're feeling low themselves, they go and buy stuff and they feel like, oh, I'm a better person, not a better person, but I feel better about myself, for a little bit at least. And you can enjoy, you know, this week, and after that, it can be a great ability to enjoy a lot of sensual pleasures of the five senses, like good massages, good food. You'll be lucky to find the better restaurants, you know, to find the better places with better. And it's basically a month of sensual enjoyments, good food and stuff like that, and enjoying the five senses, buying beautiful things, also maybe making more money, you know. If your money is not regulated by a salary or something, you can receive something by the universe, materially, financially, and more enjoyment, sensual, or physical of some sort. And the second house in ancient astrology is also connected to family and spending time with very close and dear people. So this can be very bonding time for that. Also, it can create new beginnings for you in that environment, the new moon there in Scorpio. Plus, there can be new beginnings, like new ideas for resources and finances that can come to you over the next 1 month, that can blossom over the next few months after that, but that you start now, you know. They can be, and sometimes when there's a new moon, things are a little bit on the low, but it starts getting filled up. And by the time there is a full moon, maybe by May, some new idea or project that you had, which is practical material, which will increase your financial stability, you can start seeing the fullness of it within a few months from now. But some new financial ideas can come, or opportunities for money, or for security, to create more security of some sort. But otherwise, you know, good time to focus on sensual pleasure and physical sensual experiences, connecting with family as well, getting nice things, giving pleasures to yourself on the material sensual level as well. You can feel more of that. Oh, why do I keep deleting? Sorry, it's a habit. Then if you're Scorpio, well, what can I say? Scorpio, that's probably the most important month for you this year, in a positive way. So if you have something, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant around the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th degree of Scorpio, even to the 11th, the Jupiter-Venus conjunction is happening there, you'd benefit the most. What can I say? Something, you know, connected to material pleasures, sensual pleasures, even love, expansion, great opportunity, great luck. Luck in any way, the two benefic planets together, just feeling good about yourself in some way. Take advantage of it. If you are into playing games of chance, because Jupiter rules your 5th house, and it's conjunct there, do it. And for all Scorpios, this matters. Venus and Jupiter are in your sign till the end of the month, so you're luckier than other times. You attract things more easily. Remember that if you want things, you can draw them towards you. You're just much more charismatic and likable than other times, which is something that is not normally said for Scorpio. People either hate them or love them, you know. And because of that, something, it's new beginnings, because it's the first house, Scorpio, that can come to you in regards even to relationship, partnerships, because Venus rules your 7th house. In regards to romantic life, Jupiter rules your 1st house. You can be more lucky in regards to romantic partnerships and love life and business partnerships of some sort. But it's kind of like you do, you attract those things because you're likable, you're kinder, you're sweeter, and good things happen to you, and more pleasures, more sensual experiences, and material enjoyments come, because Jupiter also rules your 2nd house, you know, and it's joined with Venus there, so it gives you some material pleasures or sensual experiences as well. So for Scorpio, feels it the strongest in some way. So do benefit, go to social activities, enjoy yourself, start new things if you can. Especially wait after the new moon in Scorpio, by the way. Till the end of the week, Jupiter and Venus are still in your house, the 2 benefics in the 1st house. So anything that you're starting after the new moon will be quite auspicious. And almost like there's protection for you there. And powerful new beginnings that you start getting ideas about what to do for the next 12 months. Basically, a new moon in your sign indicates the trends for the next whole year. And if you're born on the 17th, 18th, 19th of November, when the new moon is happening, those 3 days, and there is a new moon on your birthday, oh my God, guys, it means the next 12 months are life-changing. They'll turn your life around. There'll be a powerful new beginning in your life. A new moon on your birthday can totally be like a restart button for your whole life. That's what happened for me. I started my business on a new moon on my birthday. And especially if you know a little bit more astrology and know where Scorpio falls in your horoscope. You know, it is your 1st house from the sun, you know, and moon, but it might fall, for example, in the 5th house. So it might be a new, powerful new beginning in your life through a child in the 5th house. So in the 10th house through a career, in the 3rd house through some business commercial activity as well. Anyway, Scorpio, big month. Then for Sagittarius, it's happening in your 12th house, guys. It's almost like there is protective, invisible forces, Jupiter, Venus conjunction in your 12th house. Maybe ancestors or angels are guarding behind you. And if you want to do something private and hidden, ooh, this is the month to do it. You're not going to be discovered. You know, you can do it, a secret private affair behind the back, you know, with no problem. You might have secret affections or attractions to someone when, you know, there's Venus and Jupiter in the 12th house. So something good can come to you without you expecting it, based on past karma. Maybe you helped someone before and you've forgotten, or given someone something you've forgotten. It comes to you from an unexpected source. So someone behind your back, usually 12th house is someone that does something behind your back, and bad planets there or difficult can indicate someone that does harmful actions against your back. But with this beautiful conjunction of Jupiter and Venus, it's almost like there is someone that is doing good, like talking about you in a positive way, or trying to help you in some invisible way. And also support, unexpected hidden support can come to you. So expect that, accept it with grace. Plus, if you do something now, you're much more charitable than other times. Maybe you'll feel that you're kind of willing to help others in need. If you do that, so much good karma is generated for you. But I believe that you'll receive something because you've done something good in the past. Plus, you can complete, talk us about completions and endings. So they can be like peaceful completion and ending of something, easier resolution that comes to you over the next month about letting something go and releasing something or completing some project of some sort. And 12th house is the house of spending. And something great, you can go spend, you know, something on good things, on material, pleasant things that gives you enjoyment, that satisfies your soul, you know. It's not the time when you actually attract money, but it is a time when you, money that you have, or you can use them for, in some way, to pleasure yourself as well. And also you can benefit a lot from private secret activities of something, working on something behind the scenes, maybe some creative project or whatever, behind the scenes, and putting finishing touches to it, completing it in some way. It's more like the pleasures that come and the good luck that comes to you. It's more invisible in the realm of spirit, or in the realm of imagination and emotional satisfaction. Or if you spend on something that gives you satisfaction and pleasure of some sort, or something good coming to you from invisible sources, so to speak. Maybe having good dreams, very enjoyable dreams as well. And there is a new moon there in your 12th house, so the beginning of endings, so to speak, like the ability to complete something over the next 1 month as well, and to reevaluate things and to release them with more ease. Okay, then if it's in Capricorn, it's in your 11th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in Scorpio. Well, some gains, guys. The 11th house is known as the house of gains. You can gain something, Capricorns, materially, tangibly. You can gain some rewards or luck through something that you've done, that you've worked with, some long-term goal, for example. You can get some recognition, something that really tickles you in a nice way. From 11th house is the public, others as well. If you have to do some big presentation in front of many people, group activity of some sort, wow, go for it. Jupiter and Venus in your 11th house, you will benefit even materially from that. Or it can really help with your name, or it can really help with your titles and honors and good social reputation. Anything to do with being in social environment, going out with friends, going out in some place like lectures with like-minded people, places that are connected to others, interacting with others on big conferences and big meetings of some sort, or reaching out large audiences of some sort. You'll be accepted very beneficially. If you have to take a project and bring it out to the public on the marketplace, the 11th house, it will be received well. And especially wait, possibly, if you've already brought out some product, now you can see good feedback and exception, but after the new moon at the end of the week, there can be new ideas for gainful activities in your life, for marketplace activities, for financial activities as well. There can be new friendships that form, or new business kind of collaborations of some sort with a big group of people. And that can happen, but otherwise be as maximally active socially to benefit, and with like-minded people, which can benefit you materially and economically as well. Then for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, what's happening in your 10th house, guys? Well, something good can come in your luck in regards to your reputation, luck in regards to some interaction with an authority figure, or something lucky that comes to you from an institution of some sort. The 10th house is people in authority institutions. If you want the good favor from someone in authority, if you want the good favor from some institution, reach out now. While Venus and Jupiter together in your 10th house, reach out, because you'll be favorably accepted. Such authority or institution figure can help you in some way, can do something, can really like you and help you, or an older, more experienced figure can go and say, I want to help you. So something big and good can happen in regards to your career, guys, with so activated and your social status in some way. That can be also a good time to get married, for example, because that's a change of marriage status. Jupiter conjunct Venus, the planet of love. It can also be a great time for your public image, maybe to do something in your career, or something that you've done in your career which gives you benefits, which gets you recognized in some way, or something happening with ease, receiving help in regards to your career or your plans for your goals in life. And the new moon there promises that over the next 1 month, there will be new beginnings, new ideas coming to you in regards to your profession, in regards to your career, in regards to matters connected to institutions, some important developments that start new processes there in your career and your vocation and worldly responsibilities and duties. Even if you don't work, this is your worldly responsibilities and duties. New beginnings happening there. And of course, if you're a Pisces, it's happening in your 9th house, the lucky house with the 2 luckiest planets. I think that actually the 3 water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, will benefit the most from that. They kind of, the luck is on their side. Good karma is on their side. Play lottos if you can be lucky, you know. Taking some risks are okay right now, as if they're protected. And Pisces in particular, because it's happening in their 9th house, the house of luck and divine protection and divine good karma. And the 2 best planets there, will something good can happen even in your love life, or something good can happen if you're traveling. There can be great time for you to travel to a foreign country, making you very happy. For example, I'm Aquarius ascendant, but the conjunction is actually happening in the 9th house, an equal house system from my ascendant. So if you know this, also check that out. And the 9th house is about fortunate journeys, Venus and Jupiter there. Great sense of pleasure, something good and lucky happening in regards to your higher education, or in regards to matters concerning travel, foreign documents, papers, relocation to foreign countries, any business connected to teaching, any business or work connected, something lucky, some recognition, some lucky break can come in regards to anything connected to teaching, to traveling, to coaching, to advising, receiving some great piece of advice as well from some mentor or teacher figure of some sort as well. Those new beginnings are happening over the next 1 month in regards to, again, everything to do with foreign places, to travel, anything to do with your belief systems, anything to do with higher knowledge. You might get an inspiration or some new exciting ideas in regards to higher knowledge if you're working in any field that's connected to consulting, to advise in the 9th house, to traveling, to import, export foreign countries, in regards to academics. This can be a very happening and important one, but generally you're luckier, you make plans and goals for the future, and you get new ideas, because the new moon is about new ideas about the future, new plans and goals about the future. That can be quite, you know, inspiring, and that shows you the path for quite a long time ahead. So you're making goals now, Pisces, and those goals, you feel inspired about them, you can easily start them after the month, you know, and you can, those goals can outline the future for you, and you can get inspirations about the future and where you're supposed to go over the next month, starting from this week. Okay, and then let's not forget that also we have Mercury square Neptune this week, and it's happening again at the beginning of the week. It's on the 13th. So yes, wow, this beautiful conjunction of Venus and Jupiter is happening. So you're protected, you're lucky somehow in certain area of life. But Mercury is square Neptune, so around the first couple of days of the weekend, and on Sunday as well, or even Saturday, the week before, be careful about missing details, about projecting unrealistic expectations, or maybe someone tells you something, you hear it differently, and then some miscommunication happens, or someone misunderstanding you, or misquoting something, or missing an email, losing some piece of information, because Neptune is about losses or about omitting details, and Mercury is the planet about organizing, planning details. So there might be something there that you have to be more cautious, because miscommunication and missing of details, so confusion with details, is more likely to happen in some way. And then Venus on the 16th is trine Neptune. You can feel it maybe already on the 15th, then on the 16th as well. Venus trine Neptune, very good for everyone who is Venus. Actually, the whole week, anyone who ruled by Venus is fantastic for them. Taurus, Libra people, and whatever house Venus rules in your horoscope, things in that house should be going very well. So if you're Aries, Venus will rule your 7th house, so anything to do with Venusian things, relationships should go well. But, you know, Venus ruled people like Tauruses and Libras Sun, Moon, or Ascendant should have a pretty good week. The planet is joined with Jupiter. The great benefic, something very lucky for them happens as well, the Tauruses and Libras. Expansion, opportunity to grow, opportunity to travel, opportunity to feel good, to fulfill some heartfelt desire, to attract the good fortune as well. Plus, Venus makes trine to Neptune, so they can also receive magical support, spiritual support as well. Things happen easy, smoothly. And for everyone else, Venus trine Neptune, fantastic time in the middle of the week for romantic meetings, and actually anything to do with relationship. If you meet someone now, it can indicate this relationship. If you meet someone this week, it can indicate that this relationship has, you know, a business partnership is much more fortunate and can bring some kind of wealth and some kind of lots of sensual pleasures to you, or a lot of and overall relationships are ruled by Venus. So relationships for people around the world should be a bit better, and there might be some good news for many people, for many people on many levels connected to collaborating with others, relationships, personal romantic relationships. It's romantic time as well. Jupiter conjunct Venus, Venus conjunct Jupiter, the best planet, plus, you know, some opportunity coming through relationship, plus Venus trine Neptune, romantic opportunities as well. It's good for any creative activities. Anyone that is in a Venusian career this week should go well, really well, actually, quite lucky. Venusian careers are entertainment, you know, consulting and advising of some sort, working with people on one-to-one level, working with women, luxury industry, food industry, wine industry, beauty industry of any sort, female projects of any sort as well, entertainment. So that should be great for such activities. So yeah, that's what we have. The end of the week, there's Mars square Pluto. So maybe on the 18th and the 19th and the 20th, there will be escalation of anger a little bit more. Mars is in Libra. Pluto is in Scorpio, is in Capricorn. So especially Libras, Capricorns, Cancers, and Aries will be more affected by this square between Mars and Pluto. Some power struggle can happen, or maybe some more intensive physical activities, they can offset some power struggle through that. And maybe some kind of more impulsive, intense actions that can happen. You know, so there might be some clashes, more likely, when Mercury or when Mars squares Pluto towards the end of the week. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. That's what I have for you for the week. Actually, for the whole month, we looked at a lot of things. Don't forget the Jupiter trine Saturn is still very active. It's happening in Aries and Sagittarius, and in the next time it's going to happen, I don't know, it's like, I think many years from now is the last time Saturn trines Uranus. And for each sign, I make specific predictions, what it can bring you. It's active the whole month. This week is the most potent, but till the end of the month is active. So do check my monthly November 2017 horoscopes to see exactly what the Uranus Saturn trine will bring to each one of you personally. And for example, for the fire signs, this is fantastic time to work on some project of their own, some inspiration that comes to them, that they're personally involved with, that inspires them, and things. All the new ideas mesh wonderfully. Just they're very supported. For the air sign, it comes to them through relationships and partnerships with others, building upon all the relationships, something new which you incorporate in all relationships, or something, or old, or connecting with others in certain way that helps you with your personal goals as well. So check out for each of the signs what it means, because we're in the midst of that energy now, and I don't want you to miss the opportunities coming from that, or at least to be aware and to see how fantastic astrology is and how correct it is. So thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to check out all the webinars, all the classes that we're offering with amazing astrologists in December and the end of November. So I love you all. Thank you for joining me. I'm going on holiday. My next video will be from the beach. That will be your December 2018 videos, and we'll be talking about Saturn in Capricorn for each sign. Plus, I'm almost finished with the 2018 horoscopes for each of the 12 signs. And we go very much in depth with Marina there. I'll be releasing them probably on the 13th, 14th next week, maybe when Venus joins Jupiter, or they're very close. So yeah, lots of new, exciting, interesting information. Thank you so much for bearing with me, and I will see you next week.